Now you're entering East Chicago Central High School as a freshman. Kind of go into your mind state as far as athletically, because I heard that you was exceptional in 3 sports: football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah, baseball was my first love. And, when I got to Central and started to play football, I was just an athlete. I didn't know what position I really wanted to play. But knew I wanted to play offense, wide receiver, running back, or quarterback. Quarterback was like my last choice. But at like our first practice, I was throwing the ball around, and coach was like, "Yeah, you're gonna be my quarterback." So my arm strength and how I really learned how to throw a ball came from playing baseball, pitching, and stuff like that. So when I got to Central, I knew I wanted to play football. I knew I wanted to play basketball. And then I kind of strayed away on baseball just because none of my friends were playing baseball. And when you're a kid trying to balance everything, already playing 2 sports, trying to have a little social life and do whatever you got to do. After playing football all summer, then going right into basketball. After that, I just wanted to get on the bus and go home like everybody else. So I kind of let baseball go in high school.
So do you regret not playing baseball now?
I do, but at the same time, like I said, you gotta have balance, man. And at the time, I think if I would have just played sports all year round, I don't think I would have been happy either.
Okay. Now going into football first, like you said, you was a quarterback, and you was also known as an exceptional quarterback, a young quarterback. Kind of go into your phase as a quarterback at East Chicago Central first.
I don't know. I just went out there and went hard. Like I said, coming up watching my older cousin Trey. Like I said, I was in elementary when he was in high school, and we would play one-on-one, and he would treat me like I was his age. So that's kind of where I got that competitive nature from. So whenever I stepped on the field, whether when I was a freshman, I wanted to start varsity. That was my mindset. Like I'm just as good as anybody else out there. So when I got out there, I just wanted to, regardless of my age, show that I could play with anybody.
Okay. Your sophomore in high school, playing football, you had a big opportunity to play, actually be a starting quarterback, but because of certain different reasons, you wasn't able to play. Do you have any regrets as far as your sophomore year not being able to show your skills on the varsity level, or was you okay with not playing?
Who's to say whether I had the opportunity? If I had the opportunity to get out there and play and start, I probably would have. But
well, I was part of the process. I remember Coach Richard sitting down with us, and he sat down with us and asked us. He said, "Hey, Keon is really progressing at quarterback. How do you guys feel about him playing? Put Marcus Reeves at wide receiver." And out of the 7 captains on the team, 5 said no, and 2 said yes.
Yeah, so I think it was more about that. I was a sophomore, and as you know, on that team, the upperclassmen kind of hung out with the upperclassmen, and I had my crew, sophomore, so it was. I don't want to say it was friction, but it was just like the team was divided, and so I kind of just, played my position and waited it out. I didn't have a problem with it. Marcus, I learned from Marcus, and even though he wasn't, a natural quarterback, he still went out there and, kind of, took control of the team and was able to do a lot of good things. So I just sat back and watched and learned.
Okay. Now junior year comes, and you the man. Kind of go into your mind state going into that season as well as your senior season.
Well, my junior year, I saw like that summer we was gonna do a whole lot more passing the ball because, like I said, we was kind of a balanced team before that, running and throwing. But that whole summer we was doing different passing leagues, and everywhere we went, we were going over to Illinois. Everywhere we went, we couldn't be stopped as far as offense with the skill positions. I don't care who we played, we were scoring points. So it was just easy and it was fun because Coach Richards gave me a lot of responsibility. He gave me a lot of freedom to kind of call my own plays. So the first game of the year, I mean, we come out and coach give us one of them, speeches where he intense and beating up, busting chalkboards and everything. We was playing Portage, and at the time, I think they was ranked like #2 or #3 in the state. So, I mean, we it didn't matter to us. They come in our field, we finna go out there and do the same thing we've been doing all summer, put up points, and I mean, we got up to a like 30-14 lead in the first half on them. I mean, we lit it up. I think I had about 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half, and the second half, I think they returned the punt like right before halftime, and then the second half, it was like we just ran out of gas and ended up losing 55-30. I think it was basically, I mean, they linemen, kind of just wore us down because in high school, the guy who was my center, Mirko Akramovich, I was bigger than him, so we didn't have really the line to compete with some of the top teams in the state. But after that game, I swear, like that Monday, man, every local paper in the city was there to talk to me, and I was kind of overwhelmed. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. So that's kind of where it all started from.
Yeah, because when you play for Central, man, as you know, Central been known just for running backs and linebackers, not really passing the ball. So, when you get a guy with your skills come in and do what you do, you can get a lot of press from that. How did you deal with your teammates as a quarterback and trying to balance being the leader of the team, being a friend, and being a teammate?
Anybody know me, I ain't never really cared to be a vocal leader. I didn't care for doing interviews. I mean, I'm only doing this because you my man. But, I was really just like to come do what I had to do and go home. So I didn't really get in nobody's face or nothing like that. Because I didn't want nobody to get in my face if I messed up. So all I try to do is lead by example and, get out there and do everything 100%. Make sure I was practicing hard and, hopefully they'll follow suit. And, especially if we're friends off the field, then on the field, what I expect, and I'm going to do the same.